Hello, welcome to this week's How's the Market, Pensacola. We'll pay cash for your house, right? I always see that all the time. I actually have been seeing that a little bit more lately. I don't have a problem with it. I don't. Except for some people can only offer what an investor would give them. I had some people call me up asking if there was something they could do. And I'm not a real estate attorney. I have been told I need to go to law school just because of my mind so that I can help folks with that, but that's a big commitment. Anyways, they were calling me up asking if there was something they could do because somebody had came by their house and said, hey, we'll pay you for your property real quick. And they did not get a licensed agent involved. And the buyer wound up getting it as contingent on a loan. The appraisal came back $100,000 higher than the contract price. And they're like, is there anything I can do? I went, you're going to have to talk to a real estate attorney. You just are. Because, not much you can do if you're under contract. You agree to this price, regardless of what the appraisal came in at, there's not a whole lot you can do. There's nothing wrong, I think, with people offering below market value if it is something that's solving a problem. We have our instant offer program. Out of the 7 people that have called me since we launched this program 3 or 4 weeks ago, right, I've had 7 people call me asking me about the instant offer program. Only 1 has actually taken me up on the instant offer. Now, see, there's a lot of wholesalers, a lot of real estate investors out there right now that will come in and offer you a certain price, and it is below market. When you look at my instant offer, that would be the case. It would not be subject to a loan, and we're closing in 7-10 days. The one person that did that made a bunch of sense because literally that particular house, the only thing decent was that the insurance company paid for a new roof. Besides that, the entire house needed to be gutted down to the studs. Start again. So it was, hey, there was a lot of work there. It was $50,000, $60,000, especially if you've seen the price of wood lately. But a lot of times investors, that's all they will offer. And some of these investors are offering that discount even though it's not necessarily there and still wanting subject to a loan and working things out and getting a ton of equity. Now, the other people that have called me on that instant offer program, as I walk through, and this is what differentiates me from some of the other instant offers you may receive, I will sit down and go, okay, what are we trying to accomplish? The other people that had called me on the instant offer had time and had a little bit of funds too. Now, do you always need the funds? No, we can negotiate price on an offer, but if you got time, on your hands, you don't need, the one that took me up on it literally needed to be in Mississippi in 10 days. All right, there was an elderly parent involved. There was a lot of story that needed to happen there. The house was in huge disrepair. They needed this capital to solve what they needed to solve, and they needed it in 10 days. I had another client take up another instant offer earlier this year. They did not want to deal with special assessments. They were worried that special assessments were going to come down. It was a divorce case. They needed to get it done. Those are the circumstances. The other people that I have talked to did not need to do things that quickly. If you don't need to do things that quickly, me being able to say, okay, this is what you'll get as an instant offer, but if we put it on the market, this is what you'll probably get or better if we put it out there. Just understand we got to take time, and if people do a VA loan or an FHA loan or a conventional loan or if they do a loan of any type, I don't discriminate against any of those loans because I know some people, they're like, the VA loan is a horrible loan. Horrible? Horrible. It's not horrible. VA is actually one of the better ones out there. But there are certain things that you just have to know with a VA loan. So if any of those loans get done, then we shouldn't be taking that much of a discount because now people are having to put us through the regular process. So if you can make more money that way, that makes sense. That's why I think our instant offer program is actually working out well, because it's not just, hey, this is it, cash close in 6 days, 7 days. Like I said, that product, that service, that's one of the reasons we offered it, it has its place. The 2 clients, that I say 2, one was for one of my investors, but basically the 2 clients that have taken me up on that solved their problem, both of them are extremely happy with what happened. The investor was as well. The others, as I walked out there and said, you don't want to take my instant offer because you have time. Let me work for you as an agent. I'll put more than what I'm charging in commission in your pocket. And we go from there. All of them have been happy as well. So pay attention because I know that there's a lot of instant offers out there. I know there's a lot of investors out there. Inventory's tight. You'll see that here again this week when we go over the numbers. But just pay attention to that, okay? Because if you've got options, then you can make better decisions. If all you think is, hey, I don't want to do all these repairs, and so I need to just take this investor offer of an instant offer, give me a call first. Before you accept it, give me a call. And if somebody refuses to leave your house without a contract, I mean, I've literally got a phone call. Said, there was somebody that refused to leave my house without a contract. You can't refuse to leave somebody's house without a contract. So if they start to put that type pressure tactics on you, and if they tell you, I'm not going to leave without this contract, just call the law. I haven't seen any of that here. I had one client call me and tell me that, but I have seen some of that down in Tampa Bay with some of my friends down there, some of the stuff around Orlando, Palm Gardens, Gainesville, even Tallahassee, right there in the town. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time before it gets up here in the Panhandle. But right now I haven't seen that here personally. But I just want to put that out there to make sure everyone's safe. All right, let's talk about inventory in our two counties. Let's go. All right, if you've never seen the show, you don't know that I always start with this slide right here. It says if we have between 6 and 7 months worth of inventory, we have what's called a neutral market. Anything greater than 7 months is a buyer's market. Anything less than 6 is a seller's market. What the slide does not say. Anything greater than 9 is a hyper buyer's. Anything less than 3 is a hyper seller's. Let's start off at Escambia County. Just like last week, looks like everything over $550,000 is a seller's market, with the exception being $650,000 to $700,000. That drops back down to the hyper sellers. But 406 active. Again, we are seeing an increase in inventory. These have been in the 300s until now. So hopefully this Memorial Day kind of kicking into our peak season. This will continue to grow. But we still got price points that are really, really hurting. I was glad to see 100,000 to 150,000 actually hit the 1 month mark. That's been under a month's inventory for a bit. So we saw some properties come on there. 150,000 all the way up to 350,000. All of them are under a month's inventory. And then we start to climb at the 350,000 to 400,000 to 1.5 months. We are still well before we even get to a seller's market here, much less a neutral market. So, and far be it that we're in a buyer's market yet. Just yet. But I like to see a little bit of orange in Escambia County, and we are seeing that. The other thing I want to point out this week is everything over $100,000 is selling at 100%. 100% or less. So as a buyers, as frustrating as that is, I need you to understand that it's going to be very, very difficult to come in under what they're asking. More than likely, you're going to have to be over. Will there come a time when you can come in under? Sure, but it may have appreciated higher than what you would have paid now anyways. Every buyer contract I have right now is at or higher than list. Every one of them. So there's that. Let's jump over to Santa Rosa County. We've actually gone down. We've gone up in numbers, but the appetite over there has increased. 700,000 is actually at 3 months. So our definition is that's a hyper sellers, even though it changes to orange color because it says it's at 3 months. We always say anything under 3 months. So pretty much all of Santa Rosa County is back to being a hyper sellers market. If you remember last week, 650,000 to 700,000 was orange as well. So we saw these top two, but they've gone back to being red as well. I see the 150. Well, let's see. Everything up to 400,000. Everything up to 400,000 is under 1 month's inventory. Now, there's an exception here. It's a little weird exception, but it is an exception. 0 to 50,000. There is a lot. It's a piece of land. It says 1.5 because there's not much buying appetite for land right now. Buildings starting to get more expensive. The popular meme floating around the social medias is, my wife asked me to take her somewhere expensive, and you wind up at the Home Depot, the wood section, because, well, that's expensive. So we'll see how that goes. I think that appetite for land is going down just because of building prices right now. With that being said, last week in Santa Rosa County, I watched the tax deed sale. And if you followed me on Instagram, you saw that people were overpaying even for land. Even for land. You've seen taxable values, and this is not even cleared land. There was 2 acres broken up. There was an acre over here, and then there was a bunch of land in between, and an acre over here. But it's all the same tax code, right? It was all the same parcel. And so acre, 2 acres down in Florida town. And I think the taxable value, it was wood still. There's not cleared, there's no utilities, there's no nothing. It's just woods. And I want to say the taxable value for those 2 acres was something like $17,000, and it went for like $29,000. It was a little high in my opinion, quite a bit high for my opinion. I think I put a bid on it for like $5,000 and was immediately outbid within 3 seconds of the auction opening. So yeah, it's still there. All right, that's the numbers for this week. Again, instant offers. If you're wanting to get an instant offer, just reach out to me. Let's chat. If we got the time, I'll share that with you too. Look, here's what you'll probably get if you have the time. If you really need to accomplish something, or we really don't have any money to fix it, or if we need to get that stuff done, here's what an investor will offer. So I've got both of them built in. Reach out to me. The other thing that's been kind of popular lately is a certified pre-owned. We put 3 new listings in the certified pre-owned this week and had them under contract within 48 hours. And some of them have got almost no contingencies just because we put them through the certified pre-owned product, and that certified pre-owned does not cost you, the seller, anything. So, do me a favor. If you see me Friday night, if you're still watching this, and you see me Friday night at the parade, look for me on the front of the Dragon for the Crew of the Feet. We have got our Fiesta Parade this Friday evening. I think it starts at 5 down in Palafox. So if you are working downtown, understand it's going to be a little crowded down there. But this Friday is the Fiesta Parade. I will be on the front of the Dragon. And wave at me. Say hey. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. I'm a man on a mission. My mission is to help people break through all the noise out there. And don't need no permission. I want to help you get to actual truth. Don't you just want the truth?